What up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, everybody? Real quick. Hope everybody's doing well. Everyone is chilling. Another day, another opportunity to be great out here. You know, DJ Bomber, we got DJ Bomber in the building. Salute, salute, salute. What's happening, good people? So, it doesn't take too much of your time, even if I want to. But I just wanna create this stream and talk about some things, real DeFi talk in a way where we're just trying to figure out what DeFi really is. You know, that's really what I want to talk about. Trying to figure out what DeFi really is. They say crypto is for the people versus legacy. Legacy is for the oligarchs, the movers and shakers. You know, I was listening to an old blog, fairly recent though, but you want to talk maybe a month or two old, where somebody in this community was talking about how institutions matter. Institutions matter, right? I guess on some level, maybe. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? But institutions, how do they fit in DeFi? Who knows? You know, when you think of institutions, they're connected with legacy, the legacy systems and things of that nature. And crypto's the antithesis. You know, it's the antithesis to the legacy markets. Be Weezy in the building. How are you, sir? Be Weezy says so. Another ripper. Oh man. Hey yo, one thing you got. Oh man. I'm gonna leave this one up for a little bit. So another rip-off Hex coin is out there to fix Hex, Icosa, and Hedron while giving NFTs. Hey, I don't even want to know what coin rip-off that is, man. Like, it's so crazy because this is kind of like related to what inspired me to do this stream real quick. People they're just in full degen mode, and I don't know what that's about. I don't know. I don't know if it's because they're jobless. I don't know if it's because they can't stand RH anymore. I just don't know. I can't explain this. I just can't. I can't. Weezy says, I'm not even going to provide the name. Oh, there you go. There you go. You're not even going to provide the name. I hear you. Don't. See, I same wavelength. I didn't even want to know. Salute to Jay. Everything. Doc Lovers in the building. All is well. Hope all is well with you. Salutations to everybody. Elliot in the place to be. You know, yeah, let's go back to this comment right here. So another rip-off Hex coin is out there to fix Hex, Icosa, Hedron. You know, that narrative has been played ad nauseum. Like, there's so many tokens that are out here. The people have since switched their attitude and want to just talk about which coin, which flavor of the day are they going to indulge in? Like right now, like folks, and it's not just anybody. You know, you talk about, you know, people in other, blockchains. It's the folks that are here who've been in Hex for the longest. People can't seem to step outside of their own path, step outside of their own way. And while that's your right to do whatever you have to do, it's your right. I'm not one to tell anybody what to do with their bread. Just like no one could tell me what I could do with my bread. But let me tell y'all something, right? If I'm going to create some kind of Telegram group, some type of group on Discord, these groups that, paid courses here and there, and have a following of some sort on social media, whatever level. If I couldn't, it's just not me. It couldn't be me. Like, to start talking about peanut butter and jelly coin, WD-40 token, right? Newport cigarette memes. Even though, I thought about launching a short and long contract not too long ago, but I rugged myself. Like, that would just look crazy to me, just to do that, just to say these things and talk about these things after being such a devout, staunch, principled advocate in the core tenets that allow crypto users to succeed. Hodling is so difficult for people. They give up. Hodling takes determination, takes extreme discipline. Where sometimes when you're watching the crowd go right, you have to stay and keep left and remain committed in what you're doing. Even though the crowd going right seems like they're making a ton of money, you got to you have to hold on so strong. When they talk about diamond hands, iron hands, right? Strong hands. That's what it's about. That's what separates you from everyone else who has a high potential of losing. Back in the days, it was proof of weak hands. Why? Because they just basically appealed to the senses of people who knew that they couldn't hold their tokens long term. Folks have to learn and understand, and maybe even teach people how to just sort of like understand the methods in how to win long term, starting with hodling. Just hold. That was a meme a long time ago. People didn't take that serious until they saw over a period of time how well hodling afforded riches to all the people who had diamond hands. It never fails. I saw this in the last 2 bear markets. It never fails. And people still do this. They just forget. They say, oh, forget about all that. Ethereum's not going anywhere. Now they're treating Pulse-Chain like Pulse-Chain's not going anywhere since we have No, forget about it. 10,000x. That's fantasy talk. That's make-believe. That's not happening. And it's like Jay said, yeah, it is the battle of degeneracy. It's the battle of degeneracy. Who could be more degenerate than the next? Why? To just say that things are fun? Oh, it's so fun. It's fun to separate yourself in 30 different tokens that maybe one can hit and the rest go south and you lose money. That's fun. Folks, man. I scroll through my Telegram and I'm looking at different groups that I'm in and stuff like that. And I looked at this one group, I'm not even going to give them the name. I'm not even going to name it because it's quite embarrassing. I've been in this group for a while, a couple years. It's very embarrassing. And I like to you have to be updated. You have to remain updated as what's going on in crypto. Internet, social media, Twitter, Telegram, all these things that keep you. You have to know what's going on with your coins, or else you get got. You lose because if you don't find out and things, a new development can happen, that might have some type of impact on what you got going on. This is why when you staking things like Hex, you don't have to worry about stuff like that. You don't have to worry about all the goings on every day. You stake, live life. I'm in this. I was looking through this group to say, hey, what's going on here? I see like a bunch of messages because I haven't checked in a while. And I'm looking, I'm like, yo, these guys, you're really pushing this meme narrative? Like, these guys are pushing a meme narrative. The person who like in charge of the chain was like super Hex hardcore, Bitcoin person, Hex hardcore, all this, and it's nothing about Hex now. It's absolute meme life. And it's still active in the community, you know. You can't make this up. Listen, man. Focus on your plan, concentrate. I've said this ad nauseum. Take care of yourselves. Stick to your convictions. Just to hear about another rip-off Hex coin is out there. That's going to continue. That's not changing. Amazing, man. We don't see what we have until we lose it. And folks are just losing it before they could understand what they have. They think that if they make a move, they can be able to reclaim that. But how you know how long that's going to last? No one could tell what tomorrow's going to bring. No one could tell what tomorrow's going to bring. Weezy says, yeah, I don't know if it's a young mentality, a young person's mentality. I don't know what that, because it's not even that, because you have folks, boomers and Generation X that's just supporting that, like to the hilt. To the hilt. They're just like, yeah, fire up, yeah, meme coin, yo. Y'all are not Doge. Y'all are not Shiba Inu. You're not Pepe. All of this stuff is a copy of something else too. Like, where's the originality in some of these things, Where's the originality? You're trying to introduce the best copy of a copy that you can. It's like the people that forked Aave, right? Like, Aave was already copied on Pulse Chain. Why you had to fork it again and introduce hypersexualized connotation to it and thinking you're doing something smart, and talk about how your background is akin to affiliations with institutions and how you know so much in finance. But that paradigm doesn't really fit in crypto, because everything that you see in finance is almost like the opposite in crypto. I've said this already. Can you present your hypersexualized DEX or token in finance, in legacy finance, and be taken seriously? But you want people in the Hex community and the Pulse Chain community to take y'all seriously. You forked a copy of a protocol that was on Ethereum already. You forked it. You made a copy of a fork. You made a copy of a so-called fork that's really a copy of some shit. Like, yo, the shit was already on Ethereum. It's on Pulse Chain, and you copied again to make, like, just so that you can create some type of situation where you're saying it's first movers advantage. Like, you have first dibs on everything else, and everybody else is trying to do the same thing. The thing, Aave's already there. Like whatever Aave did, GMX and all that, in truth, is already on Pulse Chain. The folks from Ethereum got to go to Pulse Chain and create whatever they have to create. Transfer the liquidity. Let the people know so they could go over there. They do their whatever front ends, create websites or whatever, opportunities for their users to use the same protocol that's on Ethereum onto Pulse Chain. What you guys did is thought you were doing something new, added some sexual connotation to it, and think it's cute. And raise millions of dollars to it too. Like the folks, like, yo, grifting is very lucrative on Pulse Chain. Like, because the people in Pulse Chain embrace scammers, grifters, people who just come and take advantage. They embrace it, y'all. People dropping links about, yo, drop your PLS address for whatever that they're probably gonna do. And you know how many people drop their PLS at? Like, folks are just beyond lost. Beyond lost. What do you think dropping your PLS address is gonna afford you? An opportunity to see 10,000x just for some rando who created another hyper separate sexualized DEX? Like, y'all got this fantasy, this stuff with this twisted, sordid ideology that you try to, inject into crypto. And you want people to take y'all seriously. Because to me, all they did was took advantage of an opportunity that allowed them to take everybody's money. That's all they did. That's all it's looking like. Whether if they're contracts or coins or dexes or platforms are working or not, it's like, yo, what did you really do? What did you really do? Introduce dexes. Meanwhile, PulseX. Yeah, PulseX is not 100% like everyone would like, but hey, at least it's there. Those who sacrifice got their airdrops for it. People forget those fundamental things, those basic things. They're just like, oh no, you can't do this with Pulse. You can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that, as if you know better. People act like they know better. I mean, yo, it's just folks don't want to admit that to themselves, What outside money is coming? Like, these people don't want to admit a lot of things to themselves. They just don't. What outside money is exactly? And then when you take the attitude of wanting to go elsewhere, meaning like you utilize another blockchain, okay, that's not brand new. That's not brand new. I was part of a community that launched, contracts on Binance. Did it bring more adoption to the Ethereum folks? No. I was part of communities that launched things on Ethereum, Binance, and Tron. Did it bring more adoption to the core Ethereum protocol? No. But folks act like they know, man. They act like. Granted, we talk about versus Ethereum. We talk about Binance. We talk about Tron. Those chains are so much more cheaper than Ethereum. At the time, we talk in 2019. Same contract, same whatever. They just drop on different chains. money opportunities to make money, and but it just stayed. And then after a while, after the hype goes away, it wanes. It just stays flat. It stays flat because you're missing that one essential element, the product market fit, that is so polarized, so so dangerously meaningful, like in a way where you would think something as boring as hex. And I'm not saying that to be insulting, because I like boring as hex, like, yo, but it's making you what it's supposed to make you if you utilize it correctly. That is fantastic, with no distractions, no interruptions, no problems. You just set it and damn near forget it. You don't even have to be involved with crypto anymore like that. You just know that this thing, when your term ends, and you could just look forward to seeing something magnificent, at least in units, much more than what you started your agreement with, right? Years later, people are talking about hex like it's nobody's business. What about these other coins from back then that purported to have been better than hex, that purported to have been better than Ethereum, that purported to have been, able to outperform all these things? It's crazy. B Weezy, you said the whole thing about Icosa and Hedron, these coins are supposed to help them. Like, how many people are really talking about Hedron today? How many people are talking about Icosa today? How many people are talking about the whole Maximus pools today? But you for sure can find people talking about hex today. I don't care if it's in the good light. I don't care if people are arguing about it. I don't care if people are disrespecting it. People are talking about hex today. Every day for over 4 years. Like, it's amazing to me how other coins, they try to attach. Look, the whole derivatives things is what they are, what they are. But if it weren't for hex, like if hex goes down, those coins go. We saw it last year with the bear market. If you didn't even believe, like, as far as how those coins, derivatives that are attached to hex, are basically bonded to its performance, last year was proof right there. That showed you everything you needed to see. Showed us everything. So it's like, yo, what are we missing here? What are folks missing? They got their pride in the way, they got their egos in the way, and they just really don't want to learn from the actual message that's being laid out, from the methods that actually work. They don't like Richard so bad. They want to prove him wrong so bad that they'll do anything to disparage him, to insult him, insult his supporters, insult everything about it, even the blockchain that they created, whatever on, that they built, they've quote unquote built tokens and platforms on, but then disparage Richard just to prove some kind of weird point. And their coins have like very next to no market fit. Like, if you look back 2022, so many people were making videos and content about Hedron and Icosa. It's reality. It's not about talk. It's the truth. They call Hedron a permanent dump token in the beginning, because you had a bunch of people who didn't believe in this hex community, who didn't believe that Hedron was anything. They were threatened by it, pissed off, didn't understand it, dumped it. Maximus came out and introduced staking pools like 2 months after Hedron launched in 2022. They introduced staking pools. Okay, 15-year staking pool. You could, participate 1 for 1, 1 hex for 1 Maximus in their, whatever initial phase of blah, blah, blah. They surpassed their goal. They were supposed to reach 150 million Maximus, right, for their 15-year. They went over and above. All those coins, Hedron, Maximus, tied to hex, right? Later on that year, 6 months after Hedron launch, you got Icosa. Sometime after Maximus launch, you got like all these extra coins that identify the 1 year, the 3 year, the 7 year, the 10 year, and more. Okay, 2022 was a year of derivatives because we were all waiting for Pulse Chain, still waiting for Pulse Chain. We're pissed off. Many people were upset to the hilt at Richard because May 2022 came and went and there was no Pulse Chain. After he probably alluded that something was supposed to happen in May of 2022. It didn't happen. But that year was a year of the derivatives. Oh, there was so much content. And I enjoyed it because I'm like, yeah, man, you could get these tokens for free as long as you mine Hex, as far as Hedron, this and that. Oh man, this is like kind of like interesting with the pools and stuff. You know, they solved the gas fee problem at the end of the staking period. You could possibly expect much more X's by participating in the pool versus you having a 15-year on your own. Man, it's beautiful stuff, right? That was 2022. What was the talk in 23? Especially after Pulse Chain launch. Like motherfuckers didn't care. People didn't care. Because you couldn't hold the interest of the people. Whatever was happening, the interest of the people could not be held strong enough. And that's how people fall short in these things, man. Don't be mad, don't hate the player, hate the game. Like Richard figured it out. He figured it out so well. You got people talking about Hex to this day. 4 months later, 4.3, 4 years, 3 months later type thing. Like people still talking about this thing to this day. 4 years and 4 months later, still talking about it. That's incredible. And then now, I mean, you think the talk stopped with Pulse Chain and Pulse X? It's a wrap. This is a guy, like, I gotta give credit where it's due again. You know, this is a guy whose marketing is his thing. And he's done a great example in showing how it's done. And a lot of people here don't know how to do it, and they try and they copy, and they're not doing it well enough. And they just, developers can't be everything. Like y'all be acting like you could handle all of it. You could do the business. Developers are not good business, are not great at business. It shows, especially in these collectors where you got these guys that talking like, oh yeah, they could go elsewhere. Like, you know what you're doing. Okay, you got your following. You could go elsewhere too, but are people going to talk about your product 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Are they going to talk about it with the same fervor and excitement and interest that people have been talking about Hex for 4 years and 4 months? Nah, that's why you got to keep, producing new things. Drop this coin and that coin and this coin and that coin and this token and that contract and this meme. Like to keep the people like, feed the craving of the degen. That's what's going on here, folks. Guys. Folks, be committed, man. Be vigilant. Be committed to yourself and your plans, man. %. It's a no-go for me too, man. 100%. Good luck to all of them for all that, man. Good luck to all of them. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Exactly. 2 more hours till we get paid again. 2 more hours, like you can't be mad at that, man. When the numbers change for the better, possibly in the future, no one knows what the future holds. Folks, it's just amazing. It's gonna be, melt. Faces will melt for real. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. I don't know what that's about. If you got good coins like you say you have, the first year came for their perpetual. for one of the annual tokens. The annual token payout was last month. That went well. Celebrate that. Like push that narrative. But they don't know how to just remain relevant in that sense. They got to push new things, new things, new things. And sometimes too much of anything, you have a lot of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, yo, what are y'all what are you about? What are y'all about? Like, this man produced one thing, one coin, and he got the community talking for every day and for years, whether you like it or not. That's power. And then years later, introduce a blockchain and introduce a DEX and introduce an incentive token to align with all these things. So it's going to be talks from now until however long, because of the way he created it. These guys, they just oversaturate themselves. They want, drop another one. And then at the same time, wish that they would get the attention from Richard Hart. Why are you doing that? Like, it's the same thing I would say even with Richard. Don't fight for respect for these people if they're not giving you the respect. Your work is speaking for itself. But that's me. He's in it for glory. I'm not him. I'm not a successful crypto person like he is. I'm not, but I'm just a lowly person looking at these things and trying to make sure that I make the right moves for myself and my family. Right. And not follow other people who don't want, excuse me, who started. Like, these guys started with Hex. They started or made people believe that, you doing things and, it's supposed to help support Hex and all these things. And then, I guess times have changed. I don't know what it is. If it's zeal, if it's, again, like youthful mentality, you motivated to just compete and crush everything and no matter who's in your way. But it's just, man, there's some things I'm going to talk about that, though. It's going to be in a blog regarding that. But, man, every other month is something else. Every other month is something. What about what got you to where you are? Now you're going to abandon because of the whole EHEX, PHEX thing. Now you abandon like what you did on EHEX to get you where you are now. You launched on Ethereum. You got the copies on Pulse Chain. Celebrate what you got on Pulse Chain. Who cares about what a few people have to say if you're creating something that's bringing real value to people, that's allowing people to make money? You know what that shows me? Folks are too stuck in their ego and pride. That's all it is. That's all it is. They're stuck in their feelings. They're stuck in their feelings, and that's how, I'm not gonna get got or have my precious little monetary energy get caught up in your quest to be, the some fake pride, thing filled with hubris to try to be the top. I don't care about none of that. Let me have something where I know I could relatively, count on that's going to be working regardless of how you feel or whatever you think and however you change your mind, because the code is already there. Pumping. Like the man said, in a couple hours, it's going to be UTC, 00 UTC, ching, ching, ching. Come on, man. For real. No, people are weird. Folks are weird, man. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. But listen, Danny, I'm more salute. Checks my pulse. What's going on? Good to see you. Good to have y'all. Crypto Bigfoot. He's in it for the glory. Louis Cipher. Salute to you. Be Weezy again in the building. Yeah, with the copies in mind for sure. Yeah, I don't know what those guys. Them guys. I'm gonna drop a blog on go more in depth on that, because that's weird. That's weird. Or like not just on them, but like the whole thing of how that even unfolded. Because guess what, man? 2 years ago, I was, excited to see how these derivative things were panning out, were working, But for the developers to like kind of like, sort of like look like you're not really interested in talking about these things anymore, and I get it. How often can you talk about the same thing differently? But this is why this is where you miss the mark, because Hex has been talked about every day for 4 years and 4 months. That's crazy. So, and Hex hasn't changed. Maybe on the blockchain, right? Different blockchains today, but this is something that could be talked about. And I all I could do is tip my hat off with the product market fit and how it solves problems versus these other tokens that people, they talk about when it's hot, and when the hype is going, when there's hype, and then when that wanes, there's no more talk about it anymore, or the talk just decreases in such a way where it's just like they got to introduce something new to get you interested, and that's where we fall short. Lee, what's going on? What it do? Hope you're doing well. And that's where we fall short, people. Unfortunately, that's how crypto is. If you can't keep the people interested in coming back and buying what you got to do some new stuff. Introduce shiny things. Magical said, I understand everybody wants to learn and do so and do spinning elbows, but I've seen a classic 1-2 and hook win a lot. 100%. 100%. Well, folks, bless your heart. Enjoy your morning, your day, your evening, wherever you are. Crypto One, I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Be vigilant and be well. Always. Peace.